Guys, hello and welcome back. If you're a subscriber, if you're new to the channel, then hello to you too. Today I've got a sponsored video from Tobii EyeX. It's actually the very first sponsored video I've ever done, so I wanted to be super upfront about it. This is a paid sponsored video, so if you're into that sort of thing, cool, stick around because I think you might like it. It's all about the Division sort of and how this technology works with the Division specifically. But if that's not your thing and you don't like sponsored videos, then feel free to turn off now. So one of the really weird things about having a YouTube channel that starts to get some subscribers is that you start sort of getting contacted by all these companies that want you to sell their stuff on your channel. And most of this stuff is like rubbish, like crappy pay-to-win mobile games and like some really terrible PC peripherals that I've been offered to sort of like spruik. And I've said no to all that garbage because I'm not interested in wasting your time by showing you shitty products. But one product that I was contacted about was this Tobii EyeX technology. Now I heard about this by looking, funnily enough, through the game menus in the game, and you'll see that there's a section in them called like third party, and you see all this stuff about like eye tracking technology. And I was like, that sounds weird. That sounds like a gimmick. I'm not going to pay attention to that. So I kind of just dismissed it altogether. However, I got contacted by this company and they're like, hey, do you want to try out this technology? See what you think. And if you like it, do a video on it. And I'm like, cool, I'll have a look. And if I like it, I will do a vid on it. If not, I won't. And sure enough, I actually really like this technology. So I wanted to share it with you today in the hope that, you know, you'd maybe enjoy it yourself. So this thing is actually pretty cool. And I want to like contain expectations and say that like, this thing isn't going to change your world. It's not like revolutionary, life-changing, game-changing. No, it's not that. But it's cool technology, and the quality of life improvements that it brings to games, in particular the Division, are really stand out. So that's why I'm recommending it today, because like with the Division, it's really worked really well. And I actually use it now all the time. Whenever I play, I keep it permanently plugged in, and I actually use almost all of the functionality whenever I'm playing, and it's definitely improved my experience overall. So from that perspective, I would definitely endorse it. So what the hell is this thing? Well, the Tobii Eye Tracker is this piece of tech that actually kind of tracks where your eyes are looking at any point in time. It sort of uses that information in games and in applications to do a variety of things. So when you get it, it comes in this sort of like handsome looking box, and you open it up and there's stuff in it, surprisingly. And when you get it out, you'll find that it looks a little bit like this. So it's like this, it's this stick, it's about 30 centimeters long, and it's about as wide as like a key, one of your keys on your keyboard. It's quite slim, and it plugs in via USB 3. That's very important. You need to have a USB 3 port, which a lot of people would these days, so that's not too bad. And it actually connects to the back of your monitor. So the way that it does that is that it actually has a magnetic panel on the back of this, and then it also provides you with a little piece of metal with a sticker on the back, right? So you stick that piece of metal to the base of your monitor, and then this thing actually clips onto the back of that. So you can like kind of take it off and on and whatever you like. But to be honest with you, you really wouldn't do that because you would just leave it on the entire time. There's really no reason to take it off since it's quite small and you don't really notice it at all. So after you've got it attached to your computer and plugged in via USB 3, you download some software, super quick, super simple, and you're really off and racing. It's surprisingly simple to set up. So what does it actually do in game? Well, I'm going to talk exclusively about the Division today, and I'm going to break down into all of the examples of what you can do in the Division, because it's actually quite impressive, all of the things that you're able to do with it. So the very first feature that I want to talk about, and the one that I like the most, is something called aim at gaze. So what this lets you do is it actually lets you automatically sort of shoulder your weapon, right, at whatever target you are currently looking at. So you can actually be looking at something else, like your camera can be pointed somewhere else, but the minute you hit that button to bring your weapon up to the shoulder, right, the game will actually look wherever your eyes are looking. It will not look where your camera looks. And this is really the core of the functionality of the Tobii Eye thing. It basically means that you don't need to point your camera at the things that you want to interact with anymore. You can actually just use your eyes for that, and you can use your camera for looking around the game world. So in this example here, you see that I'm like behind cover, and now I'm looking one way with my camera, but I'm actually looking at a bad guy. And all I'm doing here is I'm pressing R2, right? And that is snapping me up, and I'm now looking at the target when I do that. So I'm not moving my camera, staying exactly the same, but when I hit R2, I'm now looking at the bad guy. You know, I'm aiming at the bad guy because my eyes were looking at the bad guy, and that's obviously pretty damn cool. So the next thing I wanted to call out is something called cover at gaze, and that's very similar to the aim at gaze idea, except instead of sort of like shooting at your target, you can actually evaluate all of your available cover options using nothing but your eyes. So basically, like you can see me here, I'm behind cover, and I'm looking around at all these different cover options. But like, I'm not doing that with my camera or anything else. I'm literally just looking at those with my eyes. And when I've decided on where I want to go, I just hit the space bar and then boom, off it goes. So like, this is pretty rad, to be honest with you. Like, this is one of my favorite features about this, and I use it all the time. Like, in fact, I really don't use the camera anymore to move between cover points. I kind of use this almost exclusively. So I really rate this feature very highly. It's a really super cool feature, and it's one that you'll start using without even noticing it, and it's definitely one of the standout features of the product. Now, another small feature that you probably won't even notice is that you can actually tag enemies with this. So you can actually do this in the game already, but you probably don't even notice it. When you look at an enemy, it'll actually get a marker above its head denoting what type of enemy it is. Like, is it a rusher? Is it a medic? Is it a captain? Whatever. And it shows the enemy's health bar, right? So all you need to do with this technology is actually just look at that enemy and it will automatically tag it, and that shares that information with your party as well. So it's a super cool feature. You're already kind of doing it right now, and it doesn't add a lot of sort of like, oh my god, that's totally different, but it's really nice to have it working more consistently just by looking at your target. Now, one of the features that I love is this, you can actually navigate the map using nothing but your eyes. Now, if you've played The Division on PC, you know that navigating the map sucks. It sucks big time. It's really annoying to click things. And this basically lets you just look at the map. So you can see here that I'm literally just looking at the map, right? I'm not moving my mouse around. And in doing so, I'm selecting various icons. And then of course I can just press whatever, X, spacebar, whatever, to interact with those icons. But yeah, I'm just using my eyes. And this honestly feels like the future. I feel like this is how things are gonna be in the future, where like we don't navigate like crappy game UI menus anymore using mouse and keyboard. We just kind of look at stuff and it happens. Like, this really feels like where this technology is going to open up in the sort of the biggest way, in the fastest way possible. And it's one of the things I'm most excited about. Now, another feature that you probably won't even notice unless it's pointed out to you is that when you have this enabled, the UI on screen actually kind of like darkens itself when you're not looking at it. So for instance, if you see my health information, my ammo and all that sort of stuff, it's dark when I'm not looking at it, but the minute I look at it, it lights up. Similarly with my mini map in the corner and mission objectives, they light up as well when I look at it, and that's pretty cool. I mean, it just means you've got less screen clutter. It's a perfect example of this technology. Like, it's not going to change your life, but it's pretty damn nice to have, and it's one of those sort of like, oh yeah, nice. And finally, one feature that I actually didn't like, and that's something called infinite screen view. Now, what this allows you to do is actually control the camera with your eyes. Now, this sounds like it would be really cool, but to be honest with you, it's not. The camera kind of tracks really slowly, and it's just weird to do it. I can't really explain to you how it works, but I guess as gamers, we spend all our time controlling cameras in very specific ways, and then to have that experience sort of interrupted by my eyes kind of threw me out a bit. Plus, I also got like awful motion sickness from it, which, to be honest with you, is weird because I never get motion sickness. I have like a cast iron stomach, like virtual reality for hours and reading on card trips, you name it, I can handle it. But for some reason, that really messed with me, and it messed with me fast. Within like 5 minutes, I was like, whoa. So yeah, watch out for that one. It's cool in concept, and it makes for some great like machinima opportunities, but to be honest with you, I'd leave it off. But you know, give it a try and see what you think. So that's it, guys. That's the Tobii in action. Now, there's a whole bunch of other stuff that you can do. You can actually go to their website and you'll see they got a whole bunch of other apps running. It also works on a whole bunch of other games like Arma 3 and Elite Dangerous and Assassin's Creed, Syndicate. So all pretty decent games that are already supporting this functionality in different ways. And I know that plenty more developers are jumping on with this tech as well. So that's nice to know that it's got some sort of like future proofing coming down the line. So my final verdict on this is a definite thumbs up. And it's the reason I agreed to do this video, because it's actually really good technology that you're like, if you've decided that The Division is your game and you want to play a lot of it and you're like, yeah, The Division is my thing, then I actually think you'll really enjoy this product. As I said, it gives you some cool stuff that's not going to change your world, but you're going to appreciate when it all adds up. So I definitely recommend checking it out. If you're someone that's not as into The Division and you're a bit of an early adopter of technology and you just want to see how it goes, cool, that's great. Check out this product, but I'd really recommend checking out the list of apps and games that are sort of compatible for it and deciding whether or not those sort of interest you, because that's really about that experience more than anything else. But definitely for The Division, I give this, two solid thumbs up. Now, you can actually buy the Tobii eyewear from their website for about 120 euros, but they're running a promotion at the moment using my channel, funnily enough. So you can actually click on the link below, or you can actually just use a coupon SkillUp, and in doing so, you can actually basically get a 30% discount. So it's 120 euros recommended retail price, and then using this coupon gets you down to about 83 euros, which is pretty decent for this tech. So don't forget to use that, otherwise you will not get that juicy discount. And that promotion should run for at least a month, maybe 2, I'm not sure. store. So try it in the next little while if you like. And if you're buying after, say, like June or whatever, the coupon might not work, but give it a try anyway just to see if it's still working. And that's it from me, guys. I've got some other Division-related peripheral stuff coming down the line, actually, which I won't talk about now, but yeah, there's some more stuff coming in this space. So again, if Division's really your game and that's your thing, don't forget to like and subscribe. I cover everything related to the Division, news, theory crafting, and now it seems peripherals. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to give it a like and a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. Take good care and see you in the Dark Zone. Bye-bye.